Cookies is a topic idea.
Cookies is a topic idea.
Are we live?
Show is done. We are live.
It would have been not.
It's yeah. You weren't adjusting or doing anything.
You didn't tell me.
I feel like taking off my hat and just doing the Skipper to Gilligan thing.
Once, and I'll be gone.
I get to do that one
time, and I'll walk out.
Our last show, folks. Our last show. I'm going to do the hats off, and I'm going to pop Nanette upside the head with my hat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. This is Wally
and Nanette
with Supreme Gecko.
I see waffles.
I see waffles. Waffles isn't.
Oh my God! What? Waffles is here.
What? How did that happen?
Waffles?
Oh my gosh!
We
have so many surprises this year for the 12 Supreme Days of
That
Christmas.
was a surprise to me. I never noticed it.
I don't even know where to begin. Hi, Alicia. Do you want to read off who's here? I'm going to do this fast.
No. We have Alicia, we have Frank, we have Angie, we've got Laura, we have Hooked on Geckos, Billy.
Nanette's here.
Billy. MPA Geckos. Who is that?
Nicole.
MPA.
Hi, Nicole.
That's new to me. Nicole.
Oregon Billy.
Jen Lee is here.
Soda, thanks for joining us.
Hooked on Geckos, Soda.
Moon. I feel like doing the cheers. Moon.
Moon's here. Oh, see, I'm delayed.
No, this is actually delayed. So that's ahead of this. Really,
you said Moon though before I even saw it. Vance,
thanks for joining us.
Am I too close to that mic?
Probably. You know, as long as you don't like pound on it like that, I think we're going to be okay.
Oh, you were just full of it tonight. Hello, Cecilia.
Cecilia, thanks for joining us. This show is going to be an interesting one because here's my script.
Yeah. You sent me a text today saying, give me an idea. I had no idea. I was in the middle of a social studies test. I couldn't help you.
Cassandra, thanks for joining us. We're
winging it.
I'm winging it. We're winging it. I'm winging it mostly because I've just been bad at getting guests. We had some guests scheduled and things happened. And then last week, what happened last week?
We both got sick.
I'll say, how sick were we?
We were really sick. You were really, really sick. You were a lot sicker than I was, I think. Well, I've had it for a couple of weeks, but you got hit like a Mack truck hit you.
Yeah, I was down Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the unfortunate thing there is, in Sunday I was pretty much sleeping on the couch, but Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday I was really, really down.
You were out.
And I'm not complaining at all, but unfortunately what happens then is that I fall behind downstairs and then it becomes a big catch up. Hey, Gecko Exchange, thanks for joining us. It's just a huge catch up. Like normally it takes me about a day-ish, day and a half to feed everything. But then if I have other things going on, it's really, it really set us back. And then Duder's Den, thank you for joining us. That's a new name.
Laura, he honestly does not have a spreadsheet tonight. He sent me a text. I don't even know what time it was today saying we were live tonight and what were we going to talk about?
I could create one right now. Hi, Jen.
No, we don't need a spreadsheet.
So last week was kind of tricky. We had a show Sunday, so we had Saturday, half the day was preparing. Soda. I'm going to talk about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas in just a second. Just a second.
Bingo. LOL. Ooh.
Bingo.
It was a cold, Angie. It was all upper respiratory. It was not the stomach flu.
No,
I caught it from
strange.
kids at school
JP, thanks
that
for
I
joining
worked
us.
with to start with, and I just kind of got worse during the week, and then you really caught it.
Yeah, it was touch and go if we were going to do the show, Sunday show, and we finally made the decision Thursday because I started feeling better. I had worked a little bit on the facility then Thursday. And I think that we're both still kind of getting over it a little bit.
Energy
That's
level.
so cool. We're going to talk about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas in just a second because there's a lot to talk about, a lot to catch you guys up on, a lot to talk about moving forward. So we did the show. We had a huge show, folks. We were in Madison, Wisconsin Sunday. Cassandra, maybe you can comment. What did you think about the traffic? The people showing up at the show was incredible. There was one point where I looked at somebody and said, take a look around. Just let's stop talking for a second and look around. They kind of looked around and I said, now you were at Tinley, at NARBC at Tinley this a couple of weeks ago, right? Yeah. What do you think about the traffic here as compared to Tinley NARBC? And I'll tell you, folks, it was, in my mind, it was close. Yeah, it was close. So Dylan, Brittany, you guys with Scaled Up Expos are doing an amazing job. And we didn't have a break all day. No, literally when we started cleaning up at about, show ends at 3:00. We started cleaning up at about 3:10 or so. And people were still at the table. And we started tearing down and talking to them, of course. So it was a great show, good time. But we get home and it was, Cassandra, it was a great turnout. Really, really great turnout. So we got home, put the animals away and pretty much crashed. So thank you for joining us.
Ordered a pizza and relaxed.
And relaxed and caught up this week. So what do we have from a show standpoint? What do we have left, Nanette?
We are ending our show season this weekend at Sewerfest. We won't do any more after that because of the 12 Supreme Days. We can't do them. And the weekend, the next scaled up one that I know of is December 15th, and that's the day after Baking Day, so that can't happen.
Baking Day is a big star on our calendar. If you haven't seen, we've already published the calendar for the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. The 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website is starting to be updated, and I keep jumping over to the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. I just might as well jump in with both feet.
I had a question.
What's that?
I was going to ask how the time change has affected anybody.
Yeah, ask.
My body wakes up an hour early now instead of letting me sleep, and I'm getting a little frustrated with that.
Yeah. My body doesn't change at all.
Your body didn't change.
Yeah, I sleep right through it.
I wake up now at 4:30 every day, and it's like, why?
Thank you for joining us. Usually we have a guest. Usually we have a topic that we talk about. But for this show specifically, we're going to talk about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas because I have a special ask of everybody. And we're going to talk about where we're at with the event. So thank you very much, everybody that's new here. Thank you very much for joining us. So everybody adjusted to the 12 Supreme Days
They're all waking up earlier than their alarms too.
Maybe I'm not adjusted yet. I woke up an hour before the alarm. That's just wrong, right?
That's what I've been doing.
Right? 3:00 instead of 4. I'm exhausted just even thinking about that.
What was it, Monday night we went to bed? I went to bed at 8:00. 8:10, I think I crawled into bed and I was sleeping by 9. Crazy.
It is crazy.
Hi, Kendra.
Hopefully, also, we just got over Halloween. Hopefully everybody got some really, really nice candy. Whoops. I wanted to show this one.
We had a lot of nice leftover candy.
We have a bag of leftover. Well, it's actually Crystal's, and I'm stealing candy out of Crystal's bag. Don't touch Crystal's bag. What was it?
No, I sorted.
It's ours?
I sorted Crystal's bag, and what she won't eat, I took to work.
Sorry to hear that, Hook. Yeah. How about the animals? So ours don't change at all because ours are in the basement. They're all on timers. So it's just me adjusting to the timers in our.
That would explain why the timer was on this morning when I went down to feed the bug room.
Yup.
The lights were on and I was confused. Never thought of that.
Okay. These geckos, I've got to finish the setup, but was curious if you kept previous donors list or if need to resubmit them. I have all the donors lists going back probably about 4 years or so. Past that, everything was done on a website, and I kept track of it there. So right now I have lists going back 4 years. So what we've done, I'm going to address this real quick. For the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, for the donors asked letter, that went out last week, Saturday. That was another thing that we kind of caught up with, getting that out. So that went out to all of the donors that contributed in 2023. So I think it was, I don't even know how many names, 100 names or 112, 120 names, something like that. So if anybody wants to donate to the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, a couple of things. You could either send me your email through Facebook to Wally Kern, or you can simply go to the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. The donors letter form is right there in the very first announcement. I've already updated the first announcement, and we're going to talk about Canada in just a second too. That's super, super important. But if you want to donate, go to that link, click the link. It brings up a form. If you have any questions, let me know. Go through the form to determine what gifts you want to contribute to, some descriptions, some values, submit it. That goes right to, I'm going to say it, spreadsheet. That goes right to a Google sheet for me.
Google Doc.
It goes to a Google sheet. It's a spreadsheet, yeah. So it creates a spreadsheet. I have all the totals, so I have a running total for how much we have so far contributed. So if you've already hit that donors form and sent it in, thank you very much. If you haven't, due date is Friday, not this Friday, not tomorrow,
15th.
A week from now. Now, having said that, we always get some people kind of jumping in last minute, and that's okay. I just need everybody to try as hard as they possibly can to get it in by November 15th, a week from Friday, because that saves me a lot of time in constructing the whole 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website and getting that all done.
When is your absolute cut if people send in late, though? It's got to be done before we start the event.
It's got to be done before we start the event. And I could probably, I'm going to hide this. I've kept that up. Don't forget to talk about Canada, because that's super important. The event normally starts the day after Thanksgiving as far as how to enter for day one. And then the Monday following Thanksgiving, I don't have the date, but that's the very first giveaway that we're going to do. Now, having said that,
calendar is weird this year.
The calendar is weird, so we're going to talk about that too. Having said that, we're going to do something special, so tune in.
December 2nd.
You guys said December 2nd is our first giveaway day. Mm-hmm. So it goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we're going to, don't lose this one. We'll come back to this in just a second.
I got to update our calendar.
Anybody that's watching this show, here's a really quick note. We're going to do something a little bit different this year, and I need your help. This is what I was talking about before. I need your help to share the event. We have a big ask in our how do we improve questionnaire that we sent out last year. Yeah, it is coming up fast. So a lot of people were asking, hey, can we get some amphibians? Can we get some jumping spiders? Can we get some dart frogs? Can we get some other things like that? Yes, Frank, share the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, but don't do it now. Don't do it now, because I have something special coming Monday that you're going to want to be a part of. We're going to do a special gift for people that are sharing and getting more donor names. So, we have the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas donors already on the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website. We need more people to contact more donors, people that are breeding reptile or invert kind of related animals, reptile supplies, invert supplies, things like that, for different types of donations. It would be great to get some additional, leopard geckos, crested geckos, rare geckos, things like that, or more, regular reptile supplies. But it would be really cool if more people in the community would reach out to our donors, not our donors, other donors, new donors, and pull them into this great, great community. We're going to be doing as much promotion for the donors as we possibly can this year. And I just wanted to see JP's real quick. Can we get a car? Can we get a house? Can we get a 1 month vacation so I can do shots with iguanas on the beach? Love it, love it, love it. All expense paid vacations. I love it. So there's going to be more details coming Monday on how to participate in that. We're going to build some lists. We might have a form that you can submit. And if we can get some more donors, I think that would just bring this whole event together with more different animals and things like that. So far, it's looking really good. We have a number of different donors. It's coming in hot and heavy at this point. We're still missing a lot, though. And I know that everybody's probably waiting for the deadline, and that's super cool. It's not cool, but it's okay. I know everybody's busy. Hooked on Geckos, I'm not sure if I'm able to donate this year since I'm packed with art commissions and tight on funds, but I'll be there to support it.
That's fine. We get it.
We absolutely, positively do. It's special that we have so many great donors. It's also special when I see time and time again, people sharing the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas in Facebook groups, people sharing to friends and family and getting more people involved. That's what we're really looking for, right? What's wrong?
Nothing.
You like my shirt?
You were just fixing your shirt, and I didn't know it was
I'm doing
wrong.
some adjusting.
Here, I could do it this way.
You could.
I could tie a bow.
Gecko Cove. I want to talk about that just for a second. That's one of the big questions that we always have for the event. Geckos, reptiles, gift cards. So if you have a very specific animal in mind, that's cool. It also niches down who's going to be interested in that animal. So let's say you're a Wally Kern that has rare geckos and isopods and crested geckos and leopard geckos and supplies. And one of the things that we typically do is we'll go ahead and do a gift certificate. So you can choose whatever you want. I want to make this absolutely clear because this is probably the biggest question that we get every single year. When I do a gift certificate, let's say I do a gift certificate for $250. It's super important, and I'll give you the reasoning behind this in just a second because it's near and dear to my heart. I can't tell you how important this is. So if I do a gift certificate of $250, that means that that person, the winner, can select something from my store, my page, the animals that we have, or the supplies that we have, up to $250, and then I pay for shipping. Or I set it up beforehand with the winner and say, you can select up to, let's say my shipping is going to be $50. Then I'll tell the winner, you can select something up to $200, and then the $50 to ship will be included in that $250 gift certificate. So we'll take that $50 off right now, and your gift certificate is for $200. But here's the kicker. You have to have animals or supplies or something that winner can select from your store for that amount that you're giving them. So a lot of questions come around with, well, I only have, let's say, Wally only has geckos valued at $1,000, but then he gives a $100 gift certificate off. That's kind of like a coupon in my mind. Now, why do I say it like that? Because before I even started the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, this goes back, well, it has to go back 15, 20 years ago. I won a couple of contests, and I won animals, or I won supplies. A $25 gift certificate for supplies, and then shipping is $15 or $20. Well, it kind of didn't feel like I really won anything at that point. Hey, here's a $100 gift certificate for animals. And then I go to their store, and everything is, $200, and I have to pay for shipping. It doesn't feel like I've won anything. Who has a question about that? who has any concerns or comments or questions about that? It's been important for us from the beginning that when we have somebody that wins a gift, it really means that they won the gift and there's no out-of-pocket costs for them whatsoever. I hope that that's absolutely perfectly clear. If it's not, please contact me. Please contact me and we can talk about that.
Okay, I'm going to throw a wrench in this. I got a question.
Do it.
So you're giving out a gift certificate for $250. $50 we're going to say is your shipping cost. The animal is $200. You have animals for $200, but I see an animal that's $500. What happens?
So the extra above and beyond that $250 comes out of the winner's pocket. And that's all great. That's all fantastic. If they want to come up with and that happens all the time. So then it does become a true gift certificate, but it's applying to that higher end animal. So somebody comes to the store and says, oh, I really like this $200 animal that you have, and then $50 for shipping. That's the $250 gift card that you gave. So I'm cool there. But you know what? I want to upgrade. And instead of that $200 animal, I want this $400 animal. Well, that extra $200 then has to come from their pocket.
But that's okay.
And that's fine. That's how it works. That's cool. Yes, absolutely.
JP,
absolutely.
This is a big part too. JP has in there not a question, but a small problem. Animals for us in the north is having to wait for good weather to be able to safely ship, and it can be months for that. And we constantly during the event mention that it's the donor's discretion when they are going to ship that animal. And you aren't going to get your animal in December if the person lives in the north part of the country, because we aren't going to ship. Nobody's going to ship at that time, most likely. So we constantly tell the winners before they even win that this is the deal. The donor has the discretion when they feel it is safe for them to ship the animal. It's been pretty good.
Andrew, not much so far. You can go back and watch after the live, but to Nanette's point, yes, it's 1,000%. Do I say that? Can I say it any stronger than that? It's 1,000% up to the donor to decide when shipping is. Now, if the donor has weather permitting in March, April, May, and now it's October, and I get a message from the winner, hey, the donor still is not wanting to ship, I'll get in contact. And everybody, let me be the medium here. Let me be the person. Let me be the muscle in this whole thing. If there's any issues, contact me. And they've been so far and few and far between. But anyways, it's always up to the donor unless, some circumstance. Now, I'm going to tell you a funny story, and I'm going to get to a couple of other questions here, but I'm going to tell you a funny story. Last year, we had one donor that the person won like on the 18th, December 18th, contacted the winner, contacted the donor. And the next day the donor said, hey, I just got a message from the winner. And I told them it's wintertime, we can't ship it. And they're demanding that I ship the snake out today. I think it was like a Thursday. I can't remember exactly, but we're saying, so they want it shipped today because they promised their children or child that the present, which was going to be for their child, was going to be under the tree for Christmas. Now, number one, nobody better be shipping animals, especially, and we don't even ship orders for hard goods during the week of Christmas, and sometimes we don't even the week before. So yes, the animal safety is number one.
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to win a prize and then put it in a box under a Christmas tree.
And you don't want to put a snake under. Okay, the snake's been under the tree for 4 days, waiting for Joey to go ahead and open the gift. So, that was funny in one way, but not funny. So I contacted the winner and said, that's not how it happens. We just don't do it that way. And things worked out.
The Gecko Popsicle.
Gecko popsicles.
All
There
right.
was a okay.
Gecko Cove had a comment up a little bit higher. Keep going.
Okay.
I started.
Don't want to lose Canada.
It said,
Don't let me.
great,
Oh, there we
great
go.
answer, but have you found people prefer more people enter for animals or gift cards? I think,
Go ahead. I don't
and
have
I
a
could
read.
be,
I don't have a read at all.
I don't know exactly statistically what would happen, but I think if it was me, I want to see a picture of the animal that I want possibly winning more than the gift card. And that's just me, especially if it's a rare animal or it's a special. I mean, Gecko Cove, if it's a gargoyle, I want to know what my gargoyle is going to look like before
I want to see your gargoyles, Gecko Cove.
But if they have pictures in there, if they're a donor and they've given you pictures of what their animals are representative of their animals, then a gift card would probably be fine.
Yeah, and another thing is,
and it's your choice which way you want to go.
100%.
If you're more comfortable doing a gift card, you guys go gift card.
100%.
Sorry, I'm not
No,
yelling at
you're fine. You're fine. It's a tough choice. Here's how I would say, if I have a period or a picta, a really nice period or a picta, and I know that there's people that might be looking for period or a picta, I might put that period or a picta in that pair in the giveaway. If I have 28 crested geckos available and they're all priced about the same, then maybe I'm high critter corner. Then maybe I'm going to do a gift certificate for $250 to or $300 or $500, whatever it is, for a crested gecko.
Yeah, if you have a specific animal that you're only going to be giving away, then it needs to be the animal.
Hi, Stinky.
Not the gift card for the animal.
Mopeds is too lazy to shift over to Julie. That's okay. That's cool. I think gift cards, we're getting more entries than most animals, aside from the very expensive ones. I'll have to do some statistical analysis and determine the standard deviation
in your free time. Gift cards are
there we
cool if you're not going to say it's a specific animal only.
I lean toward gift cards mostly because I'm still setting up, but having the option would be nice. Mm-hmm. Right. So, again, we do gift cards mostly because we have, viper geckos and cave geckos and picta and crusteds and leopards and gargs, and we have a selection that people can grab the animal that fits their needs a little bit better.
Would it work if I submitted an option of 3 leopard geckos to choose from? That is fine too.
Perfect.
Yeah, as long as you're not going to show animals on your site or on your information that we get that we show, and then have no animal that looks anything like that when it comes down to it, because then somebody's going to come back and say, well, that's not what I saw. So make sure it's a fair representation of what you have if you're going to make it a general gift. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Critter Corner, this is why we're here. Go ahead and ask away. And gosh, Frank, we say that all the time. It's so important. Now, in the shows that we do coming up for the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, we are going to, the giveaways are going to be rapid fire. We're not going to go over the rules over and over and over again. When we start the live, we're going to be drawing names almost immediately. But I will say again, that's so important, Frank, that nobody should be entering for animals that they don't know anything about or can't care for. It just doesn't make any sense at all. How many vipers in a 12 by 12? It depends how deep it is. If it's like this, I'm thinking maybe 500 or 600. If it's just really not deep at all, probably only about 50 or 60. Hopefully everybody understands I'm joking.
Sarcastic.
12 by 12, probably a 1, 2, maybe a male and a female, a male and 2 females. There you go, Angie. Yeah, I think I ain't missing. I'm going to go back. Nanette started something, but I want to see this. Just a thought on gift cards. Some expire. We need ones that do not, and that the animals can be purchased before expiration and shipped. Perfect thoughts. And again, this is kind of free flowing here with gift cards. I don't do expirations on hours normally because I generally have animals available all the time that somebody can grab. Hey Brad, that can grab an animal for.
I think I put a gift card expiration on your last one for the end of the year, like 2025, December 31st.
I hope so too.
I think.
So this goes back. Somebody asked, what did I miss? I'm going to go back to this real quick. Starting Monday, watch Facebook, watch Instagram. I'm going to post a contest, a request to contact new donors that we have never contacted in the giveaway before and ask them for different animals or supplies or things that are different from what we normally see. So watch for that. I hope some pink tongue skinks or blue tongues come up. Okay.
Don't forget Canada.
Don't forget. We're not going to forget Canada. Don't want to make this a Viper Gecko show, but how many babies do each female Viper Gecko have per year? Usually around 10, 12, 14 would be really, really pushing it. Dubia gift cards expire, but they did honor the win. So, and we do that too. We don't have an expiration. We got to let it go up to the winner. Thanks again, Brad, for joining. Thank you, D's Gex. Thank you.
No.
Angie has. Talked to Angie.
No, yeah, we have not done that.
Yeah, I've not done the wax worms because in my mind, it's a lot of work. Angie has bred wax worms very successfully. Okay, please don't harass the donors or guilt trip them to your benefit. No, absolutely not. Unless it's me, then guilt trip me. These Gex have. So contact these Gex and you can talk about the wax worms. Yeah, it is a pain in the butt. I didn't even want to start it once I knew all the supplies, and it was just, I have hard enough time keeping up with what I'm keeping up with. What other questions about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas do you have? What other contentions? What other, I don't want to say issues, but I want to say, how can we improve that about? What's live about? We're talking about the 12. Is it not in? Yeah, we're talking about the 12, mostly the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. Angie says, Angie, if I remember right, it was honey and wax paper, and yeah, the moths are messy. My understanding, and I read up a lot about it and did some research, and Angie talked to me, and it was the whole, I didn't want to go through the moths getting out. And so any other questions about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas update? 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website has been updated, we have the first announcement out there. You can go ahead and check it out.
Calendar's out there.
The calendar is out there. Literally, I've just started work on it. We have some of the donors. I have to clean up the donors pages. I have to add more donors. We're getting there. Thank you very much, Frank. You can always do a Google search on 12 SDOC and find it that way too. That's the easiest way. If you forget the site name, google.com view 12, just Google 12 SDOC. So we're in the process of updating that. We're in the process of looking up contests and quizzes and making the shows more interactive. We have a big change coming for the show. I kind of touched on it a little bit, that the actual giveaway, if you remember last year, we would start a show at, I think, 7:30.
6:30.
I think it started last year at 7:30. I'll go back and check. But Critter Corner, I would suggest go to that link that's on there right now, and you'll get a great feel for what the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas is. Last year, I'll just briefly mention last year, 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, we had 124 donors. We had over almost 500 gifts given. We had almost $60,000 worth of reptiles and reptile supplies given out last year. Oh my gosh. Not necessary whatsoever. I tell you what would make my day, and it did last year. We added the feature of Christmas cards last year, and it was
fun.
So flippin' cool to see Christmas cards. And see, we had some kids make the Christmas cards, and you could tell that it was kids, and that made my event. Having Santa give away kids gifts just made my day. So, and then we could do that if you want to get Christmas cards. Yeah, that's kind of up to you.
Oh, that we didn't make one. Is that what you mean? What are you saying?
Hold on to Critter Corner's question start or something. Yeah. Right. So I wanted to mention, from a timing standpoint, last year we were starting, I think it was 7:30, and we were going about an hour and a half. This year we're going to maybe go the same time, but it's going to be different because the main giveaway is going to be from here to here. Hope everybody can. Am I on camera? Yes, from here to here. It's going to start here and it's going to end here. And it is, we're going to put really hot. No, I'm serious. We had a lot of comments on you should not talk so much at the beginning and the rules. And so we're going to start it. We're going to get everybody together, and then we're going to start doing the drawings, and we're going to end. And then we're going to do some other things in between there too. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Just cut them off and say, see ya.
Again, the drawing is going to be very specific. So if somebody wants to come in for the drawing, they can come in, they can watch the drawing, and at the end of the drawing, they can leave. But if they want to come in for the kids, they can come in a different time. If they want to come in for the somebody named it the after party, and I've got to find out who that was.
We're going to have an after party?
We're going to have an after party.
After every one of them?
After every one. Yeah, we're going to go. Frank said 24 hours, so we're probably going to go 24 hours every night.
No, we are not. Mopet says that they've already got the calendar printed on the son's wall. He's ready to go. That's great.
Outstanding.
I haven't even put it in our personal calendar yet.
So here's the thing. If you've noticed, Julie, with the calendar, I'm going to bring this up, and then we're going to go back to that start. Okay, we'll do. Just give me just a second. So if you look at the calendar, you'll see that we're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yes, I think it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday again. So we have 1 week. We have 1 week where we're doing 5 giveaway days in a row. Why? Because that's the way it falls this year. We don't.
Oh, you're right.
There is no time in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's just,
it's the way it falls.
Thanksgiving is so late this year. We're going to have to do those 5 days just before Christmas.
The week before Christmas.
Yep. That's fine.
So
Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be finding.
Take your time. Okay. You look for Green Acres question that Mopets is saying that we want to go
Green
take
Acres?
a look.
Isn't that the one that,
Okay, go ahead. Let me see.
Yeah.
I think you should give the donors your, okay.
Is that the one you meant?
Yeah, if I missed another one that Steph has mentioned, let me know. Am I monetized? As far as YouTube, yes, I am. So,
but that's not why we do this.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
More money.
All right, we're done tonight. I'm going to end the stream because we need to chat.
So let me talk about YouTube and monetization. If that's your question, Critter Corner, we are monetized on YouTube. If you notice, you don't see any ads on this live. That's because I've taken away all the ads so that we can just talk and chat. Now, after the show, I'll turn on ads. So if anybody's joining in and watching it after the live, they are going to see some ads, and we'll get the 23 cents or whatever it is for a live in AdSense monetization. For the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, we do monetize the how to enter videos. And if I remember right, last year we did have ads on the lives, and we might have that again, but we're going to do it very minimally. the money we make off of YouTube lives for the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, I'll say right now is probably 100 or 152. I don't even know what it is, but we, just from a monetary standpoint alone, Supreme Gecko is donating way more than that and covering some shipping and other expenses that we have, besides, what we're getting from the YouTube monetization. YouTube monetization is for me during the year, and we make a little bit of money, and it helps buy, better lighting and helps pay for some of the apps that we're using.
How long have we had the channel going?
Well, we started the channel, oh gosh, 10 years ago with YouTube videos, 11, 12 years ago. But don't go back and watch.
March 1st, 2009.
God, wow, 15 years ago.
Frank.
Oh, but don't go back and watch those videos because they are god awful. Oh my gosh. So on those videos, I talk like this, and then I'll show. Let me show. Here's a gecko that you can look at. This gecko is a knobtail. The videos are terrible, so don't go back and watch them. If you do, laugh at me, and then message me and say, Wally, I laughed at you because they were so bad.
If a viewer was to pay for the ad free for the month of December, do you still get those folks as a view for the ads?
I don't. We get them as a view, but I don't think that we get the monetization. Or, you know what? Actually, I think that, through the whole monetization, we get a percentage, creators, and we're going off on, YouTube content creators stuff. You do get a portion of that subscription for those viewers not to see the ads. There is a portion of that comes back to the content creators. Okay. Am I missing any? Okay, I'm going to hide that. Okay.
I think I started a couple.
No ads during lives now. Woo woo. Those are paying when I know. And you guys were asking for that. You weren't asking for that. You were complaining, which you should have. Thank you very much for complaining. We would do a giveaway and then an ad would come up, and that's not right. That's not fair. So I stripped the ads right off. Last year, ads popped up just yeah. So we're going to fix that. We might not even do the ads during the lives. I might do it just like these lives right now, where we run the live, we finish the live, and then I go and I hit, monetization for that, so that people watching it after the fact aren't impacted by the ads. Are impacted by the ads, but the people watching live are not. I hope I said that right.
There's 5.
It is. There's a lot of time going into this, but it's a labor of love, and we're going to get more help this year. It's coming together real nice, with how smoothly, how changes are working more smoothly. No, don't do that. Melody says, I apologize if this has already been asked. That's okay, but it was brought up on the last live about having a way to donate toward covering shipping costs. Is there a way to do that?
We're working on it, aren't we?
We're kind of sort of working on it. I think and apologies for the coughing and everything. I know we're okay. So Billy asked just real quick, do you get funds if we skip the ads? No. That minimizes. So you guys can skip the ads. No offense.
It doesn't bother us.
If I'm watching somebody's like JP's videos, if I'm watching Gecko Cove, if I'm watching another YouTube creator, I'll watch the ad all the way. And actually, what I'll do is I'll click on the ad and I'll open up a page. Then I'll go back to the YouTube and I'll start it again. It'll pause and then I'll start it again, so that creator, this is just what I do, folks. So that creator gets credit for that ad and watch time, and also for me going to that advertiser's ad. That's just what I do. Okay. Wow, we're deep into the YouTube ad crap. So sorry. I apologize. Donate toward cover show. So I think that would be hard to do because we could have donations coming in. Let's say we get $100. Which donor gets it? Which one should get it? Which one would say, well, I'm already okay. I don't need, additional. What we are doing is I've already sent out a feeler to Morph Market, to Redline, and to Ship Your Reptiles to see if we can get any kind of a discounted shipping code so that we can minimize as much as possible for the donors their shipping costs. That's what we're hoping for, and I'm going to stay on top of that, and I'll let everybody know as soon as I find out if we can get some discounts on shipping codes. I hope that makes sense, because the other way it's a ton more time for me or for somebody else to go through that and get that set. Okay.
The evil elf is staring at me.
Oh my gosh, it is. Look at that.
It's looking right at you.
It's not looking at me or Nanette. It's looking right at you.
It's looking at you.
Okay.
Directly at you. What is the deadline for donations? Is the 15th of November.
And that's okay. It's the 15th of November. I say this every year. If you don't get it in by the 15th, if you get it in by the 5th, I'll say it like this. This might be the best way to say it. If you get it in by the 15th, it helps me a whole lot, because I think you just highlighted a bunch of comments.
I went to the start.
Oh, okay. If you get it in by the 15th, that helps me out, because that's, the next day is Saturday. I start really pounding away at the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website to get all the donors, all the donor pages done, everything set. Then I'll go through the gift list and I'll start allocating to the, days of the 12 days of the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. So it helps me out a lot. What if you're late? It makes me work a little bit more, but I tell you what, I'd rather have somebody come in, after the 15th than not at all. I don't ever think, oh, the 15th's gone, now I can't donate it. Okay.
Kids section should be divided by age group, under 10 and teens.
We're looking at that. That might be tough. So what we're going to probably do in that case, and folks, there was a link on the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas for your suggestions last year. I'm updating that sheet. If you want, you can go to that sheet and see your suggestions from last year, which this is one of them. But what we had was suggestions to divide it up into, 1 to 6, and then 7 to 12, and then 13. And it just adds. And how do I verify that? Seriously, how do I verify?
You can't.
So we really have to have, families with children. I don't know any better way to say this, but police themselves and be as honest as they possibly can. How we divvy that up, we're working on that. And that depends a lot on the gifts that we get. If we don't have any for teen age, we might just ask the teens to go into the adult section. Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay.
No, they're back and forth on questions.
Wally
right
is
now.
the best place. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the start, or is this
No,
okay.
This is not start anymore, I don't think, right? I went into the regular line. Hi, Matthew.
Thanks, Deez Gex.
Okay. Are you going to talk about Canada, or what was going on there? You told me to remind you, and I keep reminding you, and you keep saying, okay. Last year, my
kid was not interested. Just didn't want to partake, or there weren't gifts that were, I guess, interesting enough for that person to enter.
What is interesting for kids?
That's a good question.
That would help us.
If you see something online, go to Etsy, and if you see something really cool for kids, talk to the person and say, hey, have you seen the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas? But don't do that until Monday. Okay.
She doesn't encourage her craziness, her kid.
All right. Let's talk about Canada. So
I'm so confused.
We have a couple of people that have asked to help with the Canada, and we're going to spend a little bit of time. on um, Canada. We're veering so much away with the Viper talk. I want to focus on you. 12
They're
Supreme
doing the
Days of
Viper
Christmas.
talk
Okay,
in
cool.
the chat.
Sorry,
So they're
then
covering. Yeah, you're
okay.
seeing the messages, but they're chatting back and forth. They got it.
Squirrel. So Canada, we would love to have Canada in this 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. We need people to, and early on, and I wish I would have started, but somebody mentioned, Cecilia, maybe you mentioned that you've already started the whole process with the Canadian, talking to Canadian donors and starting that up. I want to stay more in touch with that process. I might have to go back to the 2 weeks ago, the live that we did 2 weeks ago, and find the two people. I think Cecilia, you were one, maybe.
If you're
I don't know.
Let us know.
Yeah, my apologies because I have it written down here somewhere.
You got sick
I might have it in
it.
my suggestions. I might have added it there, and just not. I can't remember right now, but I know we have two people that are interested in doing Canada and helping to work on Canada. Just we need to move that forward and determine if we can get some donors in Canada that will contribute, and then we can promote it, and then we can start, pushing forward these Canadian donors, and also obviously push forward with the donations. Hi, Mitzi. Thanks for joining. So we're right now, it looks like we're going to move forward with Canada as long as we can get people that will pull that forward. Unfortunately for me, I don't know a lot of these Canadian donors, breeders or manufacturers that would, participate in the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. Nanette, did you have any other comments?
I think everybody. I think we caught it. The ones that I had marked out.
I'm trying to think of anything else. Frank, I need to talk to you at some point to show you a really super cool. I'm going to come back to Laura's question in just a second.
Laura Taylor, that's who it was. And J-Bug.
That's
who it was.
Fantastic.
We had so many notes on this table, and I was writing so fast. And then with getting sick, we just kind of lost our place on that. Thought. Sorry, guys. Canada.
Now I forgot what I was going to mention. That took me right off.
I'm trying to think what you were starting to say.
Oh, Frank, I need to talk to you about, Frank, we have a couple of moderators that help out so much with the 12, well, with all of these lives, Frank, the tank being one of them. But during the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, we have a lot of side conversations, about, hey, did I win? How do I enter after we're already starting the drawing? How do I enter for this? Things like that. So, Frank, I want to talk to you on a sidebar. We can do that through Facebook Messenger and other moderators on how we can manage that. You guys did such a great job last year, but I had some other thoughts on that as far as some of the messages that pop up that we can kind of control a little bit better or differently, I should say.
Not better, differently.
With more specific answers,
Sure thing.
Cool.
Frank's
cool. I have a tool that you can put in a couple of letters and it pops up a full sentence or paragraph
that you've already put in,
that you've already entered in with a tag of those characters.
Talk to them on the side about that.
Yep. Will do. What else? Cookies, cocoa bombs we had. I tell you what, folks, you should really take a look. I don't know if I can find that link real quick.
What link are you looking for? Frank might have had it up.
Let me do this real quick. Share. Bear with me for a second, folks, please. Gosh, if I share this and people can delete out of here, that would be scary. Okay. Somebody try that link real quick.
Like Frank.
Let me know. Let me know if you can get that link working. That link is to the suggestions worksheet. And I'm 1,000% transparent with this.
You don't have it where it can be modified, right?
I'm hoping not. If you can delete it, if you guys can delete something in there, please.
Don't.
Requesting access. Okay.
Good.
Let me see if I need to do anything with that. Share. Maybe you can't.
I think it said restricted only to people with access.
Anyone with a link.
You do that.
Review to people would like access. Okay. Let me try this again.
Please don't delete or change anything.
I don't think you can, but just go ahead and try it again, folks.
See if we can get
if you don't mind. And try it again. See if you can get into it. I'd really like to know. This is all of the suggestions. So what happened last year was we had a day where we had a form, and you can put in your suggestion for how the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas can be improved or changed or whatever.
Request access is what came up. I see a spreadsheet.
Cecilia does see a spreadsheet. Cool. So off of those suggestions, we had hundreds, 500 suggestions, something like that.
Unreal.
600, something like that. I don't know. So I took all of the suggestions. Maybe it was that many. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just because I felt like it was
a lot.
No, I was wrong, folks. We had 762 suggestions. So off of those suggestions, I combined all of those. Resort to bio, I'm going to tell you in just a second. I combined all of those. I summarized and created this sheet. And this is my working. How do I?
It's locked from edits. Thank you. That was my next question.
Stuff. Thank you. So off of that 762, whatever I said earlier, I summarized it down to, I think, about 100. And I went through there, and I'll mention just real quick, there, as an example, some folks said, hey, start it earlier, start the giveaway by 4 p.m. And some people said, start the giveaway after 9. I can't do both. So really the timing that we have right now really works. So I said no action. We're not going to change anything. But you'll see a lot of those are in review. A lot of these suggestions are in implement, which means that we're going to implement a lot of changes this year. A lot of changes.
You're
always
telling
striving.
what the changes, though, right? They can't tell.
Every single one of them has, here's what we're changing.
Okay.
Yep. So again, very, 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 very transparent as far as, if you see something that I say we're not changing because of a reason, send it back to me and ask me if you want clarification. But that's my running. What?
Nothing.
Am I going to get like 1,000?
You might.
Yeah, that's okay.
And that'll be another afternoon of answering emails.
That's okay. We're always Marine Corps Reptiles. Thank you very much for joining. We're always looking for improvements. Now we're in motion right now, so I don't know if we can do many more changes to the functionality of the event, but we're always looking for additions. Last show that we had probably about 6 or 7 new additions, new suggestions, and we're going to consider those. And I think we're already adding a couple of those.
Okay, how are they donating? We got 2 people that want to know.
Thank you. So if
Frank,
you have any questions about
the link up.
Yes, Frank sent the link up on the very first page of the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas website is an announcement. Scroll down about a page or so, and there's an announcement box. In that announcement box, I mentioned that the donor letters have already gone out, but I also have a link right there for donor letters. On that link, if you click it, it'll pull up a form. You can fill out the form. Please let me know if you have any questions about filling out the form or questions about any questions on the form. Fill out the form and then submit. Now, I'll need your pictures of your gifts and your logo if I don't have it already. One once I get your business name, and I usually do this pretty quick, I then create a Google Doc folder, and you can, and I share it with you, and then you can add your your logos and gift pictures right in that Google Doc folder. I think I said form, I meant folder. Where's the form? It's right on that first page under announcements.
Full Santa and Mrs. Claus costume night.
Bobby just said, so Bobby just volunteered to dress as Santa. And so Bobby, are you Mrs. Claus? Are you Santa? I'm a little confused with that. Just what are you dressing as? That would be fun. Why do you do your lives so long? I don't think this is too long.
I don't know what that technically meant. I don't know if that means time-wise or so many years or what.
I do the lives because I can't stop talking.
Yeah. Amen.
How would you provide a picture of that? Great, Isaac, great question. So let's say you're donating an animal or you're donating a bag of Pangea. You can get the bag of Pangea off of the internet. Take a picture of your animal, take a picture emphasizing, the beauty of your animal, of course, great lighting, great, background, not busy background. And then go ahead and use that Google Doc folder and you'll have your specific business name folder there, and then go ahead and upload that right to the folder. If that's confusing, hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I'll go ahead and answer that. So JP is going to do a reindeer. That's cool. So we should have a day where everybody can kind of join in and with their Christmas.
Send us pictures
or
ugly
Christmas sweater. All right,
I have to go buy a new one because I don't.
Anybody else have any? I can dance like Trump.
Never mind, Angie. Just let it go. I'm here for the entertainment. Later. Here for the entertainment.
I do have a
as
boo-boo.
well. He does. He has a small boo-boo. That'll learn you. No.
It was her frying pan. How did Angie? Was that Angie?
Yeah.
How did she? So I've got to tell you the story real quick, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. If you have questions, hit me up on Facebook. PM me on Facebook. Send me an email. wallyKern@gmail.com. I'm going to tell you this really. What are you doing?
I'm answering a question. Just go.
Yeah, I forgot my story. I have no idea what I was going to say.
Somebody help him because I wasn't listening.
Yes, Isaac, exactly. I had a funny story, and it is way gone. No idea what I was going to say.
I have no idea where you were going.
I tell you, Angie I know what it was. Angie. So I did a video a long time ago. I was opening. I know exactly what it was. I was opening like lights, and I was going to show the lights and everything. And okay, good, and schedule it, and it's going to go live tonight at 6:30. At 6:31, very first comment was from Angie. How come you can't button your shirt the right way? So I love Angie so much. So I looked on the video, and I had gone through hours of editing and reviewing and checking and then posting and checking again. And sure enough, I had a button-down shirt, and I had missed one button, so it kind of looked like that a little bit. I never caught it.
Kind of like this.
Like that, kind of off a little bit. And Angie caught it like within a minute. It was great. It was awesome.
Somebody asked about isopod, springtails, and those things, bioactive donations. Yes, that is awesome.
We want a variety. We don't just, you do have good attention to details. We do want a variety in the donations. Absolutely. All right. On that note, again, if you have any questions, Facebook PM, and I'll jump on them right away.
Any other questions quick? They asked that. Factory work my whole life.
I want to thank everyone for joining. Any other questions?
Last minute questions, throw them in.
Critter Corner, you had questions about Vipers. Hit me up on Facebook PM and we'll talk.
I think somebody
We'll
also
chat.
referred him to a video that you've had.
Yeah, we have jewelry every
we've
year.
had gecko jewelry. We've had all kinds of. We've had pictures.
Every kind of gift. No, we
had pictures. We've had T-shirts that have been donated. We've had sweatshirts donated. We've had animals. We've had isopod stuff. We've had supplies, all kinds, foods. We've had all kinds of stuff, dry goods, any of that stuff.
Nothing ever donated from Victoria's Secret. I'm just shocked that we've never had anything from like gift certificates from. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm out.
All right. Take care,
done.
folks. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good night on that one. Thank you, Mopeds.